Alden and Jonathan. Their continued support as a match the SIAC Championship. Educational and athletic experiences of SIAC student athletes. Your attention please, 3 vehicles on park. The back entrance of the arena need to be moved immediately. A Graham Chevy pickup, a Toyota pickup, and a Mercedes Benz. Parked at the back entrance of the arena.
Rebounding, just getting all the 50-50 plays, hustle plays, and just play hard with energy. That was our focus.
The biggest thing for us is just, like you said, playing with energy. We have the talent to beat any team in the league, so just coming out every night to play, not taking anything for granted. That's pretty much our game plan.
And as far as the coaches, we wanted to just make sure that our guys were focused, make sure that they came out with energy. We thought the last time we played Miles, we just didn't bring the type of intensity and energy that we normally bring on a daily basis every game. So we wanted to make sure that we did that, and then not only that, but we knew that they would probably try to attack us with the zone. So we wanted to make sure that our guys were able to kind of play against the zone and make some plays, and I thought we did a pretty good job of that tonight.
Okay, so I've heard a lot about energy. So what do you think brought that energy back during this game in comparison to when y'all played Miles the last time?
Well, like I said, we hungry. Last year, we made it all the way to the championship. So just us three, we was all on the team last year. So just that hunger and wanting to go back there again, we know what it takes. So like I said, every game we just preaching energy, come out and fight for your brothers, and really try to get the job done.
Okay. All right. So going forward, what do you think y'all can improve on just to make it further in the tournament?
We really just need to improve on fouling less, holding our composure, just taking games step by step, and don't take ourselves out the game by fouling too much.
What happened when Walter Foster found out? Do you all go to another level, or what?
What's the I feel like when Big Walt fouled out, it's okay because we all bring in the same energy, and that's how it's supposed to be. Because if he subs out the game and then we start slacking, we weren't ready. Everybody wasn't ready, and that's one thing coaches want to emphasize: that players on the bench be ready because stuff like that happens during games. And we came in, we stepped up, we still rebounded, and we played good.
I see you hit 77% of your foul shots. What contributed to that?
Well, we've taken a conscious effort here lately to make sure the guys take, the foul line a lot more seriously in practice. And it always comes down to who's better in those particular situations as far as making foul shots. So guys did a good job of that today. Hopefully we can keep that going, and that'll transition to the next game as well. But we just made more of a conscious effort in practice to be more focused on that foul line.
Looking at the #1 team in the conference, probably number 10, number 11 ranked team on Wednesday, what's your mindset?
Humble and hungry.
Yeah.
Humble and hungry.
We got to get them because our team, we want Morehouse because we played them at home and we played them at their house, and both games came down to the last call. And, they're ranked #1, so we feel like we just as good as them. And each game we play has been down to the last call. The first one we played at home, it was like a reaching foul, and the last one was, somebody got fouled on the 3-point line. So now we just know that we need to start it from the beginning, go ahead, get in them, and get that lead up so that a call won't make the game next time.
And obviously, Morehouse is a great team, very well coached, and their ranking shows that. So, we have a lot of respect for those guys and what they do. But what we want to try to do is just make sure that we come out and play our best game. I think if we do that, then everything else will fall into place.
So just looking at your shooting from the first half to the second half, it definitely improved, and y'all average from the field was 47.3. So how do you think your dynamic changed from going into the first half and then going into halftime and moving into the second half? What did y'all do to improve that?
Our plan was to go in, take closer shots, less threes, closer percentage, high percentage shots, get in, get to that foul line. That was our concentration.
Yeah, and in the second half, we had went on a run, and a lot of people were hitting threes and jump shots, and it was because the difference between the first half and the second half was we were moving the ball and making an extra pass, like Jamal had said in the game. We were making that extra pass, and we were shooting open jump shots instead of contested.
And we got a well-called game. The refs did a good job, but we felt like we could take advantage of some of those calls that they were getting on their side by attacking that paint. So we wanted to make sure that we made that a focus in the second half to try to get in the paint and dish, or either be able to try to, get some opportunities at the rim.
You guys are the leaders of the team today. When you go back to that locker room, or get back to your room, what are you going to say to your team to keep this momentum going?
Well, like I said, we're a versatile team. Everybody could step up, you know what I mean? So if it was our night tonight, it could be somebody else's night the next night. But we're all happy for each other. We're all pulling for each other, and we just want to win at the end of the day. Keep it in.
Any other questions? All right, thank you guys. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
We're going to step outside here.
Good luck. Good job.
And see if we can get a little extended word here. I'm going to take a moment to flip the camera around. Coach, don't hang out with us here. We're live here. I'm going to make a quick adjustment here. All right, so Coach Jackson lets you come in here and get some shine on the press conference. So everybody knows Coach Jackson and his theatrics on the sidelines. Go ahead and introduce yourself to everyone. You know, assistant coaches never get all the love.
That's true, and I appreciate him for giving me the opportunity to do this. My name is Kareem Kenny, and I'm the associate head coach. Been with Fort Valley State for 6 seasons so far. But Coach does get into theatrics on the sideline, but he's taught me a lot, and I appreciate the opportunity of being able to speak, on behalf of our team and our guys.
Coach Kenny, you guys, you hit a stretch there where the three-point shot just really started to fall, and that made you guys hard to defend in your victory over Miles today.
Yes, we got in a groove there, and our guys started to make some shots, and I thought that really helped us. We had one that even went off the side of the glass and bounced in. When you get shots falling like that, hopefully that leads into other things. And today that led into our defensive intensity rising to a different level. And so because we were able to hit some shots and still be able to be effective on the defensive end, we came out successful.
All right, thanks a lot, and good luck. Quickly, your thoughts on Morehouse?
Well, again, Morehouse is a well-coached team. Grady Brewer does a great job with them, and their record represents everything that they're about. What we have to do is just make sure that we play the best game that we're capable of playing. I think that we have some good players on our squad who are capable of doing some good things, and we're capable of winning that game as long as our guys come out and play. Both games that we played against them were very, very close. So hopefully, we can kind of change that trend here, on Wednesday.
All right, thanks a lot. Congratulations. We'll see you on Wednesday. You get a day of rest, get off your feet, and enjoy what you can. I know film study is going to be crucial.
Absolutely. Thank you very much. Go Wildcats.
All right. That's Coach Kenny here. We're going to walk as we continue with our coverage of the 2018 SIAC Basketball Tournament on HBCU Game Day. I am Tolly Carr. This is exclusive coverage. Thank you so much for hanging out with us here on the digital platform. Charles Ward has been on the call all afternoon long, and I'll kind of help Charles on the call and be the roving reporter as we're coming back towards the sideline here. We're going to have Miles in Fort Valley again. This time the women. We got about 15 seconds. I think I'm going to make it just in time to pass the baton to Charles. Charles Ward, it is back on you, sir.
Will meet the Lady Bears of Miles College. They finished regular season 4th in the West. Lady Golden Bears at 8-20 overall and 5-13 in conference play. Lady Wildcats 4-22 on the regular season and 4-13 in SIAC play. First round action here, second ball game of the 2018 SIAC Basketball Tournament. Take a quick look now, starting lineups. We'll begin with the Lady Wildcats of Fort Valley University. They will shape it up this way. It'll be Alicia Franklin, the sophomore from Atlanta, at the point guard. 16 points, 4 rebounds per ball game for her. Nola Carter, the 5'10" junior from Jacksonville, Florida. 12 points, 8 rebounds for Carter in their lineup. She leads the team in rebounding for Fort Valley. It'll be Tisha Cook-Pirtle, the junior from Smyrna, Georgia, getting the start. Pirtle, not necessarily normally a starter for the Lady Wildcats in that lineup. She'll start this afternoon, just under 1 point per ball game for Pirtle. It'll be Jalen Moy, the 6'1" sophomore from Miami, Florida, going in the middle for the Lady Wildcats. Moy at 8.8 blocks per ball game, ninth in the conference in that category. And it'll be Kaylin West, the 5'9" sophomore from Atlanta. She'll go at the swing position. She leads the team in field goal percentage at 40%. Lady Wildcats coached by LaCoy Willingham. She's in her first year, former WNBA player for the Atlanta Dream. She's assisted by Celestine Harley. Lady Wildcats 4-22 and 4-13 in SIAC play. For the Lady Bears, they'll shape it up this way, coached by Philip Wallace. He's the 12th year coach of the Lady Bears, also the athletics director at Miles College. He'll go with these starters this afternoon. It'll be Victoria Sutton, the 5'4" sophomore from Jonesboro. 9 points, 2 rebounds for Sutton in the starting lineup. Najla Shamsid Dean, a sophomore from Stone Mountain, Georgia. Najla Shamsid Dean at 5 feet even, averaging 5 points per ball game. It'll be Ashley McCreer, the senior from Birmingham, Alabama, preseason All-SIAC player. 5 points, 4 rebounds for her. Taylor Terry starts this afternoon, 5'11" junior from Atlanta. Terry averaging 8 points and 5 rebounds per ball game. And Jasmine Hollis, 6' junior from Dublin, Georgia, 10.7 rebounds for her. Those are the starting 5 for the Lady Bears of Miles College, again coached by Philip Wallace. Officials for this afternoon's ball game: Tim Hinton, Carlos Jones, and Neonta Williams. And we are underway. Glad you could join us for our coverage on HBCU Game Day. It's the 2018 SIAC Basketball Tournament. Lady Bears, half-court set, and immediately out front, Sutton knocks down the first three-pointer, and that one's for the Lady Bears. They take a 3-0 lead. They show full-court pressure. Fort Valley back the other way. Left block, that's Cook-Pirtle, working it toward the rack, and she's going to be fouled. So Pirtle with her first trip to the free-throw line. And she'll be shooting there. Pirtle on the season, 38% from the charity stripe, 3 of 8. So she misses on the first quarter play here in women's action. And Pirtle missed them both from the line. Basketball's knocked around and off of the back of the Lady Bears. It'll stay on a half-court set for Fort Valley. Two teams vying for the right to go into quarterfinal action against the Lady Panthers of Clark, Atlanta. As down low inside, West missed at the left block, and the basketball over to Miles College. Teams split during the regular season. First ball game in January at Fort Valley. Lady Wildcats won that 48-43. Then later in the same month at Miles College, 67-57 win for the Lady Bears. Across the floor now, Sutton out front. Dumps it at the post to McCreer. McCreer missed on the shot there. And the long rebound comes clear to Cook-Pirtle for the Lady Wildcats. On the penetration right side to the rack, the spinner by Carter is off the mark, but there's a putback backside. Carter got the rebound and converts on that basket. So that was Moy, correction on that. Moy with that basket on backside. So 3-2 lead for the Lady Bears, half-court set by them. Sutton inside the paint, nice dish down at the block to Terry. Can't get it airborne though. Now out front with the three-pointer is Shamsuddin. And Shamsuddin misses on the 3, whistle down low. Lady Bears will have it. It'll be Sutton right of the cylinder. Pushes right corner to McCreer. McCreer quickly with the jumper, missed on it. Backside rebound, though, and a whistle down low. Jasmine Hollis, the junior, had position for the Lady Bears. And a foul going against the Lady Wildcats down low. Entry pass taken away by the Lady Wildcats. They'll run the floor left side to the rack, and underneath, the shot by Carter is off the mark. They gave that foul to West on the previous play. Left side floating inside, nicely done inside McCreer with a leaning jump lay-in inside the paint. The whistles in the backcourt, the jump ball called. Arrow will keep it going toward the Lady Wildcats. And onto the floor now for Coach Willingham is Jasmine Williams. Williams normally slated to start in the lineup for the Lady Wildcats, but quickly inserted into the lineup by Coach Willingham for Fort Valley. Williams, 6'2", sophomore from Atlanta, transferred from Talladega College. Still in the backcourt now, Lady Bears with it. Sutton free for three, missed on the shot. Chased down in the corner by Terry Taylor, and Terry got it inside, and on the lay-in is McCreer. So McCreer now with 4 points in the ball game. Golden Bears with a 7-2 lead. Franklin works it right side and underneath for Fort Valley, but missed it on the lay-in. Rebound, Lady Bears, and they want to push it across the mid-stripe. Sutton out front. And this is McCreer. They try to work it into the post, but tapped away and denied. Lady Wildcats force a turnover. They go back the other way with the basketball. Turnover number 2 for the Lady Bears of Miles College. Top of the key now on right side, Carter. Carter had it stripped from behind by Sutton. Nice defensive work there by Victoria Sutton, the sophomore. Up the floor, McCreer, underneath, and another whistle down low. It's going to be a blocking foul here against the Lady Wildcats. It'll be Alicia Franklin, the sophomore from Atlanta. So Franklin picks up her first. That's team foul number 2 on the Lady Wildcats. And that will send Ashley McCreer, the senior, to the line for Miles College. McCreer at 64% shooting from the line, 27 of 42. And McCreer looking for the shooter's roll on that one. Bounced around for a bit, but did not fall for her. Brianna Johnson, the 6'1" freshman from Jonesboro, onto the floor now for the Lady Bears. She replaces Jasmine Hollis in their lineup. So McCreer for the second of 2. 4 points in this contest so far for her, and she missed them both from the line there. Lady Wildcats with the basketball, but Miles College with a 7-2 lead. Right side, Franklin across the floor now. Free is Carter with the jumper, but she missed. Sutton, backside rebound, may have been fouled in the backcourt, but no call. 3-on-2 now. She'll dish right side McCreer. McCreer missed on the first shot, got her own rebound, and a reset here for the Lady Bears. Down low and wide open underneath, but Johnson can't convert. Mishandled the pass as Carter goes back the other way, and she will draw a foul inside. I think they're going to get Taylor Terry, the junior for the Lady Bears, with that foul. And that will send Nola Carter, the junior from Jacksonville, Florida, to the line for Fort Valley. 7-2 lead for the Golden Bears. We're live ladies action here from the SIAC Basketball Tournament. Carter converts on the first. Onto the floor now for Coach Wallace. A couple of players out there. Get clear to see these numbers. Looks like Amani Walker, the 5'6" junior from Riverdale, out on the floor. And also out on the floor is Alexis Jones, the senior from Troy, Alabama, for the Lady Bears. So Carter went 1 of 2 from the line, 7-3 lead for Miles College. Walker over to Jones. Left corner, Walker free with the jump shot. The rimmer's off the mark. Carter clears for Fort Valley. Foul unextended. They left it there for Moy. Moy gives it back to Franklin and whistles down low. Sutton and Carter battling for position inside the paint. And they'll get Sutton for the foul. So Sutton with her first personal. 5:57 remains, first period. 7-3 lead. Lady Bears lead it over the Lady Wildcats. Jump shot right corner. That one's off the mark by Franklin. Rebound to Miles College. They'll push it across the timeline. Shakira Nelson, the senior from Davisboro, Georgia, on the floor. She handles in the right corner. Now up top to Walker. Down low, they try to dump it inside to Johnson, but it's batted away by the Lady Wildcats. It'll stay with the Lady Bears of Miles College with 24 seconds to shoot and 5:30 remaining in this first period. Sutton, top of the key now to Jones. Now free Sutton. Sutton drops that jumper for the Lady Bears. It's a three-point shot there by Victoria Sutton. So Sutton with 6 points in this first period of play. And the Lady Bears extend their lead 9-3. Out front, Franklin. Now Williams handles. On the weave is Cook Pirtle. Pirtle got the shot airborne and she drew a foul. The blocking foul called there on Rihanna Johnson. Pirtle trying to scoot her way around Johnson's defensive coverage, and Johnson got the bump on her. And that'll send Pirtle to the line. She'll do that after a timeout. 4:59 remains first period. Miles with a 9-3 lead. Quick break and back with more on HBCU Game Day.
On the field, behind the basket, in the press box, bringing you HBCU sports like you've never seen it before. Anyone who has ever been to a sporting event at an HBCU knows that it is just that, an event. The band, the cheerleaders, it's a complete show. The game day experience at HBCUs is truly unique. No media outlet does a better job.
Back live at Bill Harris Arena after the timeout. We are in opening round action. Women's action, Lady Bears of Miles College and the Lady Wildcats of Fort Valley State University. Glad you could join us for our coverage on HBCU Game Day. 9-3 lead for the Lady Bears with 4:59 remaining first period. At the line for the Lady Wildcats, it's Tasia Cook-Pirtle shooting here. And Pirtle not able to connect on the rim on that first free throw. Freshman from Smyrna, Georgia, obviously with some opening round jitters here from the line on that shot. On the second free throw, creased the rim there, but way short of the mark. Rebound comes to the Lady Bears. Sutton across the timeline. Right side, Walker, right corner. Now that's Nelson with the jumper. Spinner is good for Shakira Nelson. So Nelson with her first two of the ball game. The senior from Davisboro, Georgia, got that in the right corner. Good ball movement by the Lady Bears. That trip down the floor. 11-3. Lady Bears lead. They show a 2-3 defense now. And out front, Carter tries to handle right side. They push it to Franklin, and she'll wrap a three-pointer from outside and knock it down for the Lady Wildcats. So Franklin with that point, 6 points in the first point of the ball game on the three-point effort there. Right corner, Nelson again. Out front, Sutton. Left flank, Terry. Underneath, in traffic, taken away by the Lady Wildcats, and a travel violation there by Cook Pirtle. So it'll stay with the Lady Bears on the end of the floor. It's turnover number 3 for the Lady Wildcats. And Ashley McCreer back out on the floor now for Coach Wallace and the Lady Bears. McCreer, right corner, or correction, Sutton with the basketball. Lady Wildcats pop into a 2-3 defense now. And across the floor, it's Walker with the basketball. Shot clock at 15. Not a danger there for the Lady Bears yet. Now behind the arc, Walker tried to push it in traffic, and it comes away to McCreer. Shot clock now at 7. Jump shot foul line extended by Hollis. That one's off the mark. Basketball. Lady Wildcats with some difficulty controlling it in the backcourt. Now Franklin across the timeline. Lives to Carter. Carter, foul line extended with the floater. That's off the mark. Lady Wildcats with a good look there, just not able to put that down. 3:15 remains first period. Walker, top of the key now. Nelson with the jumper. This one's off the mark. Lady Wildcats clear. Carter wants to push it right side. Raises with the jumper. Out of control there and shot an air ball. And a timeout taken. 3:01 remains first period. I think Coach Philip Wallace took this one for the Lady Bears of Miles College. Not quite happy with what he's seeing on the floor. So we take a look now for the SIAC women's postseason honors. All-conference team honored last night here in Birmingham, Alabama. First team all-conference. Tiffany Valentine from Spring Hill, the forward. Jewel Hill, the guard from Spring Hill. She was also first team. Dana Geddes from Le Moyne Owens College. Alicia Foster, the forward from Albany State. And Marissa Mandalove, the guard from Clark Atlanta, on first team all SIAC. We'll talk about the second team at our next break, but those were the women that were named to first team all SIAC just here last night at the SIAC Basketball Tournament. So congratulations to them. And we'll see, except for the two ladies from Spring Hill, we'll see the remainder of those players in the SIAC tournament. Of course, Spring Hill with just one more year before they are actively eligible to compete for the SIAC tournament. Substitutions on the floor now. Derica Chelsea, the freshman from Riverdale, Georgia. Her first spot of duty for the Lady Bears. She's out on the floor. Lady Wildcats with Franklin handling out front. Williams takes it right side. Now back across the floor. Carter pushes left side, and she may have drawn a foul on the penetration. So Nola Carter, Lady Wildcats, leads the team in scoring with 12.7 points per ball game. Also leads them in rebounding at 8.2 per outing. At the free throw line shooting here. Carter got the first free throw. And back out on the floor now for the Lady Bears is Taylor Terry. Terry replaces Jasmine Hollis in the lineup. Carter for the second of two. Cox aims, fires, got it. 11-8 after the two free throws by Carter. Lady Bears still lead it. They have the basketball. Shamsid Dean works it right side. Now back out front, and they push it across the floor now. Walker on the move. Whistles, and a 3-second violation. McCreer was standing in the paint, and they caught her there. So Fort Valley, after the turnover, will have the basketball. Turnover number 5 for the Lady Bears. Full court pressure by Miles as Franklin comes away in the corner. Pushing a three-point shot there is Cook Pirtle. That one's off the mark. Tapped around and out of bounds off the Lady Bears. It'll stay with Fort Valley. They'll have a fresh 30 now with 2:04 remaining. First period action. Sutton back out on the floor now for Coach Wallace. As Walker takes the seat. Inbound pass, quick jumper, left corner, shots off the mark there by Franklin. Basketball over to the Lady Bears. Sutton out front. Left side, Shamsit Dean. 13 to shoot. He left it back there for Terry. And Taylor Terry with the clip jumper from about 7 feet away, right corner. She is able to knock that one down. So Terry with her first points of the ball game for Miles College gives them a 13-8 lead over Fort Valley. Whistles inside. I think Carter was pushing off her position there, and they got her with the foul. So Carter picks up her first. Williams takes a seat now. And she is replaced in the lineup by Jalen Moy. So Moy back out on the floor now for Coach Willingham and Fort Valley. Shamsuddin, right side with the pass, Sutton. Now bounce pass nicely down at the block there to McCreer. Sutton with a beautiful assist on the inside there, and McCreer with the finish on the basket. McCreer with 6 points in this first half of play. Our first quarter, back the other way, shot at the block, off the mark by West for Fort Valley. And the Lady Bears pushing back the other way. They try to go on the inside. Basketball knocked away. They say that Taylor Terry touched it last. So it'll go over to the Lady Wildcats of Fort Valley with 45 seconds remaining first period. Lady Bears with a 15-8 lead. They show full court pressure. West, and they bring it across the floor now to Franklin. They've got 16 to shoot the basketball. And Whistles out front. Foul was called on Najla Shamsuddin for the Lady Bears. That's her first. Took place right in front of Coach Philip Wallace and assistant coach Conley Langford. Neither too happy about that call. So Franklin shooting here. She got the first. 15-9 your score. Franklin with one more coming. Fort Valley. She missed on the second free throw, so they stay 3 of 8 from the free throw line. Just 38% shooting here in this first period of play. Final shot here for the Lady Bears to bring this period to a close with 13 seconds to get it airborne. Sutton out front, bounce pass at the block to McCreer. Back to Sutton for 3, hit the front of the iron. Rebound, up the floor. Carter caught up with it and to the rack. Carter's going to get the lay-in to bring us to the end of the first quarter. Good transition there for the Lady Wildcats from defense to offense, and they come away with a basket to close the first period, trailing it 15-11 to the Lady Bears of Miles College. Take a break here and more SIAC basketball on HBCU Game Day.
On the field, behind the basket, in the press box, bringing you HBCU sports like you've never seen it before. Anyone who has ever been to a sporting event at an HBCU knows that it is just that, an event. The band, the cheerleaders, it's a complete show. The game day experience at HBCUs is truly unique. No media outlet does a better job at capturing that experience than HBCU Game Day.
From there, it was just an instant classic. It was a great basketball game.
Follow us online at hbcugameday.com, on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. You can also find us on Fire TV, Roku, and YouTube. Just do a keyword search, HBCU Game Day. We are leading the conversation on sports culture at HBCUs. We are HBCU Game Day.
Back live after the timeout. We go into second period action of this first round basketball game. Lady Bears of Miles College and the Lady Wildcats of Fort Valley. Lady Bears with a 4-point lead at the end of the first period. They have it in a half-court set.
And Charles, I've jumped back in on the call with you here after doing a little post game from the previous game, and looks like deja vu with the exception of some longer hair out there, but same two teams, same two schools at least, and another tight one, just a 4-point ball game after one quarter.
Indeed it is. Lady Bears and Lady Wildcats of Fort Valley met twice during the regular season, split those ball games. But this one this afternoon for all the marbles. Winner continues in the SIAC tournament, and they will meet the Lady Panthers of Clark Atlanta University. That'll be Wednesday in quarterfinal action.
Yep, and just over our shoulder is Coach Yolanda Moore. I gave her the wave and the thumbs up, and she had that game eye on. So I said I won't linger long, but definitely wanted to send her congratulations on a great season in her first year at CAU.
Indeed. Lady Panthers finishing first in the East of the conference.
Man, they are really stacked over there. They got a former WNBA player for the women's coach, a former NBA player for the head coach. They've
How can you go wrong,
They've
man?
worked out with Bernard King and Rasheed Wallace. I mean, is Jordan going to show up next? I don't know. The bar is getting higher and higher.
Sutton inside the paint takes a hard tumble. Basketball down at the block, and coming clear is Johnson for the lay-in right side for the Lady Bears. And really just you talk about Clark Atlanta and the changes that they made over the last few years with the football coaching staff, a good job that they've done over there, and certainly with Coach Walker last year claiming the SIAC championship. And now with the addition of Coach Moore and what she's done in that first year, all things looking up for the Panthers of Clark Atlanta.
I think that, tell me if I'm wrong.
You're wrong.
When you sound like my wife.
Don't even say it, you're wrong, right? You get that too?
When both the Atlanta schools are good, isn't that better for the SIAC?
Indeed. I don't think anybody would argue with that at all. You are right.
That is the crown jewel market-wise. Atlanta is one of the top cities in the country, and you got two schools right there. And when they are setting the bar, I just think it makes the entire conference better.
No question about it. You're right. That the city is kind of a linchpin for the conference, and the fan base for both of those schools is really so adamant about following those teams.
How many did we have last week at the regular season finale, Clark, and how many does it hold at Forbes? 65?
In fear of the fire marshal still lingering around somewhere, we'll say 6,500, but the number was probably closer to 7.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was awesome. That was awesome.
Absolutely great to see.
Yeah, we have 7,000 seats here in Birmingham, so
we can duplicate that
yes,
here.
We can. And I guess that we did. I'm not good at counting seats, square footage, or north, south, east, or west.
Walker, she's good from the corner there, though, Tolly. Knocks down a three-pointer for the Lady Bears. It's 22-11 lead for the Lady Bears over the Lady Wildcats.
I tell you, these schools might get rid of me because every time I sit down with you, these 4-point games go to 12-point games.
Yeah, somebody might start getting a wind of this.
Well, hey, thanks for hanging out with us today. We're on our second game, and forgive me if I keep saying this, but each game is its own individual stream. I know people are tuning in and tuning out at different times. So as each game ends, we'll end that stream and go to a new one if you're watching us on YouTube. So be aware of that, but just getting started here, and Miles College is putting a little bit of distance. The Lady Bears over Fort Valley. It's now 22-11. We're in the second period, and a few years ago they made that switch. It took me a while to get used to it when the women went back to playing periods as opposed to halves. I remember I walked in one game, I was like, third? What are they doing in the third half?
How did that happen?
Yeah.
Where do they play third halves?
But I kind of like it, though. It breaks the action up.
Sure.
I think it makes for a good flow with the game.
Takeaway there by the Lady Bears. Sutton runs the floor left side. Shot swatted inside, but a foul going to be called down low. Looks like Jalen Moy got a little bit of the body of Sutton as she was pushing in right side for the lay-in.
And we're able to take you right inside the action. We have an iOS device mounted on the basket there, so as we just had that spill on the floor, they just spilled right into your living room or spilled right into your phone. So we're getting as close as we can to the action here.
HBCU Game Day doing a fabulous job with the production of this SIAC basketball tournament.
Well, our first best move was calling Charles Ward.
Oh, man, come on. Getting kind of muddy over here. Looking for a flood any second.
Let me tell you, if you're out there listening, we were here at the arena all morning. Charles walks in, and he gets mobbed. Coaches, athletic directors, everybody wants to come and talk to Charles.
I think it was 2 guys and a bag of peanuts, man. All people can exaggerate. At the block right side, it's Carter and a whistle inside. Carter slow to get up, favoring looks like her right leg after the hard tumble on the paint inside.
Yeah. Never want to speculate on injuries. Let's see if she can put some weight on it. She's getting the help of her teammates. I think she's going to be all right.
Yeah, it looked like it came into the upper thigh area near the back. A lot of fleshy meat there, so if you do fall, you know, you want some of that area where you can perhaps help with a lot more muscle tissue there. Carter seems to be okay. She'll be shooting here with 7:13 left.
Yeah, I limp like that on a normal basis, Charles. When I roll out of bed, that's my normal gait right there. So she's going to run that off here in a second.
I feel your pain. Right corner with the jumper there. That shot's off the mark by Williams. Rebound fought for. Lady Bears come away with.
That was aggressive. They boxed each other out all the way to the out-of-bounds line, Charles.
That's what you want to see, right?
Man, that is some hustle for the rebound there.
So Lady Bears will have it. And they lead it 22-11. First round action from the SIAC Basketball Tournament. Top of the key now. That's Thierry. They dump it down low. Nicely done on the pass. Catrice Jackson, the freshman from Noonan, Georgia, in the game. Missed on the shot, but she's fouled. She will be at the line shooting.
Yeah, as I become acclimated to Georgia, Noonan, I do have some family down there, so I have visited Noonan a time or two.
Nice little quaint town.
Yeah, just outside of Atlanta, not too far.
Sure. And the Noonan native converts on the first free throw.
Have we had any carrying calls here today, Charles? We had 6 in the men's game.
I think we've gotten our portion for today.
Got it out of the way early.
None so far. Jackson missed on the second, but the long rebound, she'll collect that. And another look here for the Lady Bears in a half-court set. They try to dump it down low to Jackson in traffic, and Lady Wildcats take it away. So right side with the push. Shot off the mark by Franklin. Bodies colliding down low. Lady Bears come away with the basketball. They work it right side behind the arc. Walker for 3. The long three-point shot's off the mark, but the tap and a fresh 30. Foul on extended. The jumper by Shamsuddin is off the mark. And finally, the Lady Wildcats come back the other way. Out front, Franklin with a jumper. Missed on that three-point offering. And another rebound to the Lady Bears of Miles College.
I'm pretty sure Fort Valley will feel much better about themselves if they can get this under double digits before halftime here.
Half-court set for the Lady Bears now.
Great jump stop there.
Taylor Terry with that basket. As you indicate, good footwork by her on that jumper.
Yeah, she went to the rack with ill intent there, and she was able to accomplish what she was looking for.
Got the basket, and we have a timeout on the floor. This time, Coach Willingham and the Lady Wildcats of Fort Valley take it. 5:25 remains, first half, 25-11 lead for the Lady Bears. Step out for a quick break. HBCU Game Days coverage of the SIAC Tournament. 5:22 remains first half. Lady Bears with a 25-11 lead over the Lady Wildcats. Fort Valley in a half-court set now. Right corner is Cook Purple on the move and a whistle.
Charles, I'm going to do something that you've probably never done on the air. We're going to take a live Instagram picture while we're on the call. There's so much social media out there, and we cover these games from so many different angles. There's just so many layers to it, and we try to give it to you on the appropriate platforms, but you can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And I know everyone wants to see this handsome man, Charles Ward, and what he looks like. Just go to our Instagram. I'm about to put his picture up there as we speak.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, Mr. Handsome talked his way into a plate. Right? Talked his way into a plate here yesterday.
I just asked, man. That's all. Just got to be friendly. At the line, it's Kaylin West for the Lady Wildcats. She knocks down one of 2 free throws there. Make it 25-12.
Yeah, but the media landscape has changed so much. I came along a little bit after you, and now there's so much you have to do at the same time. Be on the call, be on production, post what you're doing to Instagram. It's a lot of fun, and that's what the people look for.
Yeah, indeed. It's just a different day altogether. For the good. It's just more information and from a variety of sources. You know, back in early days, we would never be able to do what we're doing here, streaming a full live tournament, all 23 games, and game by game with a web stream.
Man, we would have had to have a satellite truck as big as Bill Harris Arena to pull this off in our day.
Whistles near the mid-stripe, and turnover there by Carter. It's a double dribble, not a carry.
Well, the defender knocked it away, so I think she might have a case that she could reestablish her dribble. She was gathering the ball after the deflection. We'll see what the officials come up with. They say no dice. Sorry, I tried.
They went the court on it. Judgment goes the other way. Basketball to the Lady Bears. Turnover number 8 for Fort Valley. Out front, McCreer now surveys, pushes across the floor. Walker, she'll fire the three-pointer and drains it for the Lady Bears.
Yeah, that was one of those shots you could tell right when it came off her hand that was going to be good.
Had excellent rotation on that one. Make it 28-12 after that three-pointer. Walker with 6 in the ball game. Back the other way, got a whistle. Going to get a push off there by Jasmine Williams. Williams able to bank the shot, but they'll nullify that. She pushed off to get the space.
Yeah, she worked hard to get there and thought she might have had an and one, but did not like what she saw when she looked over to Mr. Official.
So Williams picks up her second personal. Lady Wildcats half-court set now. McCreer pushes Williams, or Walker that is. Now they go left block. Cherry back up top. They dare Walker to shoot another 3. She steps in, she'll drive right side and bank it home. Kind of stumbling down on that one, Tolly, and still able to get it to the rack.
What is it about these shots from the side and the glass here today?
There's another one to the glass. This one's off the mark, though, but Carter got the rebound and put back right side. Blocked inside by the Lady Bears. It'll stay with Fort Valley. Sutton hustling back out on the floor for the Lady Bears of Miles College.
She just showed the official her teammate's arm and said, look at the scratches.
Gotta be a call.
She said, Exhibit A, look at her arm.
Coach Wallace trying to see if he can't get Shamsuddin back out on the floor, and he will. And Dean replaces Shakira Nelson in the lineup.
And that was Nola Carter for Fort Valley pleading her case and on the behalf of her teammate. Like, look, they can beat me up. They cannot beat up my teammate out here.
Officials are going, we don't know how that happened. Whistles and a turnover again by the Lady Wildcats.
And I've seen Nola in lots of Fort Valley games after the women's games are over. She's one of the most enthusiastic cheerleaders in the stands for the men's game as well. She has lots and lots of energy.
A junior from Jacksonville, Florida for the Lady Wildcats. Floater inside the paint, nicely done by McCreer.
Yeah, I like that shot.
McCreer now with 8 points in the ball game, 4 of 7 from the floor for the senior from Birmingham. Lady Wildcats throw it away. McCreer took it. She'll lead a break there for the Lady Bears. 4-on-3, right side. Had it taken away. And a whistle on transition. Carter's going to be fouled.
Yeah, you can see the frustration on the faces of Fort Valley. They were in this one through the end of the first period, but then at the beginning of the second period, it went from, what, a 4-point game to it's now a 20-point deficit.
And going to the line is Nola Carter for the Lady Wildcats to see if she can't cut into some of that deficit. 2:57 remains in this first half. Opening round action for women's basketball from the SIAC tournament. Carter, spinner is down and pops out of there for her. Moy back out on the floor for Fort Valley. She'll replace Cook Purtle in the lineup. So Carter with one more coming.
I'd like to make sure we send our thanks to Toby Durham and HBCU Live, who is powering the production of the broadcast here. And I've known Toby for quite a while, and I've had the pleasure of working with him from time to time. And I don't know who the first person I called. Was it Charles or Toby? I don't know.
We were on the call both at the same time.
Yes.
Floater inside's off the mark. Did you know that Toby's from Raleigh?
Toby and I went to the same – did we go to the same high school? I'm a little older than Toby, so I was gone. But we did not meet until – we met on the sidelines at a Johnson C. Smith game and started talking like, oh, I'm from Raleigh, you're from Raleigh. I went to this school. Oh, so did I.
And the rest is becoming history, huh?
Yeah, and here we are in Birmingham.
Walker out front, 7 to shoot. She'll slide foul line extended with the jumper. Nicely done. It just does not stay in for her there.
That sounds like one of those James Brown tours. Raleigh, Birmingham.
Right block. Spinner inside with the left hand by Moy is good.
Hey, that skill there. Spin to the opposite shoulder, finish with the left hand. That takes a nice touch and good footwork to pull that off.
32-15, Moy with a nice basket. Lady Bears with the lead. Basketball there on the floor. Foul line extended. Jumper there by Taylor Terry. They left her alone, and she makes them pay.
Well, from our neck of the woods down in Atlanta, TT is getting it going here.
TT with 6 points after that jumper. 1:25 left first half.
And that's such a lost shot in basketball. Free throw line extended. Everybody's either a finisher or a three-point specialist. Just hitting that 15-foot, got to have the right touch on it.
Sure, not too hard, can't be too soft. This is Moy at the line for the Lady Wildcats. Misses on the first of two. Onto the floor now for the Lady Bears is Alexis Jones. She'll replace Catrice Jackson in the lineup. Amani Walker takes a seat, and she's replaced in the lineup by Dakira Chelsea. Eureka Chelsea, that is. Moy for the second of two, and she got them both from the line. 1:22 left first half. Lady Bears with the basketball and a 34-16 lead. Shamsuddin out front. Right side, Jones with 10 to shoot now. Shamsuddin works it again right side. She'll spin the paint, back in the corner. Jones on the move now. At the block, too far underneath, but somehow that basketball comes clear to McCreer, and McCreer scores the basket left side. Give her an even 10 in first half play now after that basket. Back the other way and banking it home is Alicia Franklin for the Lady Wildcats. So they trade baskets, and we go back the other way with the Lady Bears leading it, 36-18, and 30 seconds left first half. She'll work it out front. That's Shamsuddin with the basketball, going to play for this final shot of the first half. Top of the key. Head fake on the move now. Across the paint, Jones slides, missed on the lay-in. Basketball over to the Lady Wildcats. With 5 left in the first half, a whistle on the play. Franklin draws a foul.
Charles, we're going to have a little treat for our fans at halftime. You know,
food.
That's a treat for you and I. We're going to be fighting over a butterscotch here in a minute. You have to watch our whole broadcast. We have these running jokes that if you just tune in, you miss out. But we're going to have a encore performance from Albany State's marching band. We've just curated a lot of content from the SIAC over the last couple of years, and we're going to bring it back to life and go into the SIAC vault at halftime and give you a little band entertainment. So that's on the way in just a little bit.
Yeah, really a good special feature for us throughout the tournament. The SIAC vault will be showing a lot of different things that have taken place, and a good sequence or a good feature for us as part of tournament coverage.
Yeah.
At the break here at halftime, it's a 36-20 lead for the Lady Bears of Miles College over the Lady Wildcats. We're live in first round action from the SIAC tournament. At the intermission, that's your score there. We'll step out for a break and have so much more for you here on HBCU Game Day.
Make It Last Forever by Chief Sweat. Featuring our new majorette, Sabria Stanley. later.
On the field, behind the basket, in the press box. Bringing you HBCU sports like you've never seen it before. Anyone who has ever been to a sporting event at an HBCU knows that it is just that, an event. The band, the cheerleaders, it's a complete show. The game day experience at HBCUs is truly unique. No media outlet does a better job at capturing that experience than HBCU Game Day.
From there, it was just an instant classic. It was a great basketball game.
Follow us online at hbcugameday.com, on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. You can also find us on Fire TV, Roku, and YouTube. Just do a keyword search, HBCU Game Day. We are leading the conversation on sports culture at HBCUs. We are HBCU Game Day.
And welcome back to our halftime coverage. Look at the scoreboard at halftime. Miles over Fort Valley, 36-20. I think I have Miles' number one fan here. This is head coach Reginald Ruffin. Coach Ruffin, boy, you have about what, another last week here before you get back into spring ball, right?
We've been getting after it, man, since recruiting season over with. Hey, been doing early morning workouts the last 2 weeks, so this is the last week of that. We start spring ball Monday morning.
How excited are you for your team? What can fans expect through the spring, and what type of team do you think you'll put out there next season?
Well, you know, we started so many young guys last year on defense. We returned so many starters offensively. I think we have 7 starters coming back on offense, and we have 8 coming back on defense. So very excited about that. We do have to replace that All-American kicker. So we signed 3 good guys in that realm. So hopefully those guys come in and do a good job for us. And we also have another one in-house. So special team was our biggest concern. The youth last year was a concern, but those guys grew up real fast. And, so now we're just trying to work on depth.
How quickly does the season go from, you wrap up the SIAC championship, and before you know it, it's spring ball. Before you know it, you're back out there playing again?
Well, that's a God. God loves football. So to turn around and have, the SIAC championship game, then you hit the recruiting trail, and then, signing day, then it's spring ball, in March. It just seemed like March is going to be here this week, and it's came real fast. So, we're excited. I think the kids are excited because they've been going at it in the weight room off season. So now they get a chance to get back into doing what they love is football. And we're just trying to measure up, get back to where we were, in spite of everything that we've been through. But I think our kids are really motivated, getting back and eager to get back in the championship hunt next year.
Talking with Coach Ruffin here. He's the head coach at Miles College. How cool is it for the tournament to be in Birmingham? It doesn't take you long to slide over here and cheer on the women and the men that both played here this afternoon.
Yeah, I'm on these refs, man. These refs are killing me right now, threatening to kick me out the game because I'm trying to tell them how they need to call the game, and sometimes they're struggling and they need my help. But, it's exciting, the city of Birmingham, city of Fairfield, Miles College, and, just so happened we opened up the first 2 games. Hate our boys didn't seal the deal, but cheering the girls on. But, we're excited. We're excited for it to be here, so hopefully we can get to the championship game with the female.
Now, a little something or two about dealing with officials. Is it easier to deal with them as a fan or as a coach on the sideline?
Well, for me, it's tough for me because I think the officials all have me pegged to what kind of guy I am for getting on them. And so every official we play come with the same notation. Hey, coach, I know what you did last week. So they keep reminding me, but I'm not that same guy. We all change. But I think it's hard in basketball because, we don't have chairs to throw on football fields. But, they can throw a chair at any time, the basketball coaches. But, to kind of find out the truth, but they never throw a chair.
At any level, have you ever coached a basketball game at any level?
High school, but I only had to sub because the head basketball coach's wife was having a baby. So I had to end up coaching that game that night. I think I got a technical foul for saying something to the ref. So I knew that wasn't my sport.
So let me get this right. You have coached one basketball game in your life, and in that game, you got a tech.
I got a tech, and it was a female ref. And she told me, sit down, don't say nothing else the rest of the night. And I obeyed.
I didn't know my wife was a referee. How about that? Just kidding, honey. Just kidding, honey. Well, Coach Ruffin, thanks a lot for spending some time with us, and we'll enjoy your commentary from the stands here in the second half.
Well, thank you so much. And, we're just trying to get it together. And the refs, they need to listen to me. I mean, I can really get them guys constructive criticism. I can really help those guys out, but they're not listening. So, let the next group.
See, that's Coach Ruffin hanging out with us here at halftime for HBCU Game Day. Now, Charles Ward is back on the call here. Toby Durham, our producer, we could have a moment here because there's a little fence, let's see if you can see it, that I have to straddle. You see that right there? Should I try to straddle that live on the air? Because I had a bit of a hard time getting over this to go get the interview. Don't help me like an old woman. Don't help me like an old woman. Let's see. There's one leg. Oh. Ooh. I'm kind of got to think about which direction I want to. Oh. Charles, what do you give me on the dismount there?
We'll have a minus card, so we'll give you a 1.
All right. I need to catch my breath.
Boy, that was laborious, wasn't it?
I'm going to pass it back over to Charles. I'm going to go stretch out, see if they got some Ben K. I'm going to go look for one of the trainers here.
Tolly
so
Carr
hand it back over to you guys.
doing the hard work here at the SIAC Basketball Tournament. Enjoying that conversation with Coach Reginald Ruffin, head football coach at Miles College. Just getting set for second half action. Women's basketball in the SIAC Tournament. First round play. Golden Bears with a 36-20 lead over the Lady Wildcats of Fort Valley. At the break, Miles 15 of 33 shooting, 45% from the floor, 3 of 7 from behind the arc at 43%, and 3 of 8 from the foul line at 38%. For the Lady Wildcats, 5 of 20 shooting, just 20% in that first half. Same from behind the arc at 1 of 5, and a better job of 50% from the free throw line at 9 of 18. Turnovers in that first half, Fort Valley with 11. Lady Bears and Miles College with 9. Points off the bench, one of the big differences in this first half of play. Miles with 13 compared to no points off of bench players for Fort Valley. Lady Wildcats led in scoring in the first half by Alicia Franklin with 8 points. Also for the Lady Wildcats of Fort Valley, they had 6 points from Nola Carter. For the Lady Bears from Miles College, they were led in scoring by Amani Walker coming off the bench. McCreer had 10. Walker had 8 in the first half of play. Back to live action now. Third period we go. Near the foul line. The jumper and the bank at the free throw line by Taylor is off the mark. Rebound comes clear to Jasmine Hollis. She missed on her shot, but there on the third putback, it's McCreer with the basket. Left side of the cylinder. So the Lady Wild Bears get 3 looks at it that trip, and they convert on the third. They extend their lead to 38-20. Glad you could join us for our coverage of the SIAC Basketball Tournament on HBCU Game Day. Left side runner by Franklin is tapped it back out, and a whistle. We have to believe that Cook Purtle was standing on the inbound line, and indeed she was, so that turnover sends the basketball back to the Lady Bears of Miles College. More action to follow here on HBCU Game Day in the SIAC Basketball Tournament. Men's action coming your way with the Tigers of Benedict College hosting the Magicians of Lemoyne Owens College. And then another women's contest to conclude day 1. It'll be the Lady Tigers of Benedict against the Tigerettes of Tuskegee University. McCreer, hard spin left side, good rejection on the inside. That trip by Moy on the defensive end for Fort Valley. It'll stay with the Lady Bears, though. They'll have it with 7 to shoot. They try to dump it in on the inbound play. It's kicked around. I think Carter may have kicked it last for Fort Valley. Now shot clock down to 5 with McCreer to inbound it for Miles College. She'll look to the inside, pushes out front to Sutton instead. 3 to shoot. Sutton head fakes. They won't get this off before the shot clock. Violation there, basketball. Turnover number 10 for the Lady Bears. Basketball over to Fort Valley. Miles in full court pressure. West handles in the backcourt. They work it across the timeline, Franklin. Hard push by Franklin right side, missed on the bank, but the rebound and a putback. Basket's going to be good by Carter, and a whistle down low. She drew the foul. She'll get the basket, and she'll be shooting the free throw here. So Carter to 10 points in the ball game. As Shakira Nelson steps on the floor now for the Lady Bears. Also Amani Walker coming out for Coach Wallace. Shamsit Dean takes a seat, and so does Victoria Sutton. 16-point lead for the Lady Bears. Carter with that free throw makes it 15. Winner of this ball game advances to quarterfinal action on Wednesday against the Lady Panthers, the #1 seed of the East. Out front, Walker for three. Walker is good for three. So Walker off the bench and knocks down a triple just as a second half introduction. Right corner, Franklin for the Lady Wildcats. They work it down at the block. Carter, she tried to go underneath on the reverse lay-in. Too deep, missed on the shot. Coach Wallace wants the Lady Bears to push it. They come up top, Walker. They push it right corner now to Hollis. Now across the floor they swing it. Nelson with 13 to shoot. McCreer trying to do an entry pass inside as a tie-up for the basketball. Will go to the arrow, and the basketball will go over to the Lady Wildcats of Fort Valley. 7:36 left, third period. Moy to Franklin. Lady Bears rest in a 2-3 defense. Carter out front. She'll push right side underneath. Whistles and a foul called. They'll call the foul on Amani Walker. So Walker with her first of the ball game. And that'll send Carter to the line shooting here. Carter with 9 points in the ball game, 5 of 7 from the free throw line. Carter got the good first one for the Lady Wildcats. Frenticia Tyson, the junior from Birmingham, Alabama, now onto the floor for Coach Wallace and the Lady Bears. She will replace Shakira Nelson in the lineup. Tyson from Birmingham, as Carter converts on 2 from the line for Fort Valley. They get 41-25, 7:18 left, third quarter. Top of the key, that's Terry. Running jumper, left side by her. She missed, got her own rebound, but she's good on the putback. So Terry with some good work on the offensive end of the floor, did not quit after the first missed shot. Carter travels, turnover from the Lady Wildcats. That's their 13th of the basketball game. And we go back the other way. Lady Bears with the basketball in a 43-25 lead. Top of the key, Terry, right side Walker. Bounce past McCreer. They're working across the floor with 14 on the shot clock. Walker on the move right side, had it blocked, good rejection on the inside there by Jalen Moy for the Lady Wildcats. Leads to a break. Franklin right side underneath, missed on the shot. Put back and a whistle. So at the line it'll be Kaylin West. And I think they're going to call that foul on Amani Walker for the Lady Bears. And officials are going to confer now. No, they actually call that foul on Tyson, Frenticia Tyson, the junior from Birmingham. With West shooting here for the Lady Wildcats. West with just 2 points in the ball game. And those have come from the free throw line. 3 of 3 from the line for her. She converts on the first here. 6:26 left in this third period. West Left that one on the front of the cylinder. Basketball tapped around, and it comes clear to the Lady Bears. Hollis will get credit for that rebound. Outlet pass to Tyson. Top of the key, McCreer. Walker right side. Shot clock to 10. Tyson handles across the floor. Walker. 8 to shoot. Entry pass in traffic. Got it down low there to Hollis. She's tied up. Got it. Walker trying to get it airborne. Shot rejected. Good defensive stop there by Fort Valley. Carter up the floor. Nicely done. And the shot's missed on the backside by Cook Pirtle. So Carter with a great job of looking to pass that basketball, and Cook Pirtle just not able to convert on the easy lay-in left side. Jasmine Williams out on the floor now for Coach Willingham and the Lady Wildcats. She will replace Kaylin West in the lineup. 5:44 left in the third. Hollis handles, left corner Walker. Across the floor to Tyson. Right side McCreer now, 10 to shoot. Back to Tyson, she'll fire a three-pointer, rattled it and missed it. Had a good look, it did not stay down for her. Here comes Carter and the Lady Wildcats now. Carter slides the paint, tried to dump it down low in traffic, and it comes away to Tyson and a turnover by the Lady Wildcats. So turnover number 14 by Fort Valley as Tyson goes back the other way. Right side, McCreer, jumper. Nicely done, correction on that. That's Taylor Terry with that jumper. So Terry goes to 10 points in the ball game with a soft jumper right corner. 45-26, Lady Bears with the lead. Left side to the bank, shots off the mark by Franklin. Rebound, 3 on no now for the Lady Bears. McCreer going to take it the length of the floor. She missed on the lay-in. Rebound to Walker, she's doubled there, and a whistle inside the paint. McCreer a little bit casual about that lay-in, and she missed on it. Lady Bears will have the basketball, but it will come after a timeout. 4:33 remains. Lady Bears 45, Lady Wildcats 26. This is SIAC Basketball on HBCU Game Day. Tolly Carr at courtside with the fan cam right there with the Miles College cheerleaders. A lot for them to cheer about here with 4:23 left in this third period. Lady Bears lead at 45-26, and there is Walker with another triple. So Walker, the junior, has been deadly from outside in this basketball game. Knocks down another one there. Back the other way, Lady Wildcats trying to answer with their own. Walker, 4 of 4 in three-point opportunities for the Lady Bears. Tyson out front, 48-26 now. Lead growing for Coach Wallace and his Lady Bears. They're trying to push forward and get to that quarterfinal ball game on Wednesday, a 1 o'clock start against the Panthers, Lady Panthers of Clark, Atlanta. Still a lot of time in this ball game, but the lead stretching for the Lady Bears of Miles College. Walker with 14 in the ball game after that three-point shot. And Lady Bears overall at 50% from behind the arc, 5 of 10 in three-point shooting. 43% from the floor at 20 of 47, and 3 of 8 from the free throw line. Fort Valley just 1 of 6 from behind the arc at 17%. And from the floor, just absolutely atrocious for the Lady Wildcats at this point. 6 of 32 shooting, but just 19% from the floor. Difficult to advance in the tournament with that kind of performance from the floor. Right now, Fort Valley with 14 turnovers. As we come out of that Lady Bears huddle at the time out there, Tolly Carr all over the place here inside Bill Harris Arena, checking in with the team there. It's Philip Wallace giving them instructions as they make it back out onto the floor. So the Lady Bears, 8-20 in the regular season, 5-13 in SIAC play. They'll have the basketball. Sutton will inbound it. Lady Wildcats back out on the floor now. And right now for the Lady Bears and Miles College, they got 3 players in double figures, led by Walker with 14, McCreer with 12, and Taylor Terry with 10. Left corner McCreer. Now Tyson. Right side, Terry with a running jumper right side and nailed it for the Lady Bears. Terry with such a nice, fine step, quick step on the first step. Gets some separation, he's got some very soft touch on the jumpers from outside. Left side all the way through and underneath, nicely done on the penetration by West for the Lady Wildcats. They desperately needed a basket there and they got it. 50-28, Lady Bears with the lead and the basketball. Sutton to Terry. Now back to Terry. They try to dump it down low. They got it down at the block with some space. Hollis not able to convert. Fort Valley back the other way with the rock. Franklin across the timeline. She'll try to work it left side, top of the key instead. West on the move. Same move as before, this time not able to convert on the lay-in. Lady Bears back the other way after the rebound. They lead it rebounding as well, 38-25 after that rebound. Tyson fakes the 3. Foul line extended. Terry, she pumps it from there and left that one on the front of the iron. Lady Wildcats back the other way with 2:19 left, third period. Hard push left side to the glass and nicely done by Alicia Franklin. So Franklin now with that basket, she's got 8 in the ball game. Correction, 10 after that 2-pointer. Left side, Sutton. Left block, McCreer. Pushing it inside. This is Hollis back out front. Sutton for 3. Front of the iron. Long rebound to the Lady Wildcats. They trail by 20. 1:46 left in the third. Floating jump shot right side by Franklin. This one short. Now back to Cook Perkle for 3. That one in the cylinder and popped out. Tyson, half court set now for the Lady Bears. Lady Bears. They bounce it inside. Sutton in traffic. Almost a home game for the Lady Bears and Miles College. They play their home ball games on the Miles campus in Fairfield. But just down the road here at Bill Harris Arena, Lady Bears appearing to be very comfortable in this facility. As their men's team was eliminated in the first ball game of first round play, losing to the Wildcats of Fort Valley. So the hopes of Miles College hanging on the performance of the Lady Bears. Right now they lead it by 20. 1:12 left, third quarter. Franklin across the timeline now. 2-3 defense for the Lady Bears. Entry pass to Moy. Moy to the rack, and they'll get her for the push-off. Good defensive play inside by Rihanna Johnson. Johnson, likely a theater major at Miles College, did a nice job of acting on the inside there. Bump was not that hard, but she drew a foul. Tyson across the timeline, left side, they work it now. McCreer. Walker, 4 of 4 from behind the arc. Now Tyson takes a point at the three-pointer, and she banks it home from out front. So Tyson doing it the hard way and knocks down another triple. Down at the block, a whistle there. Fort Valley on an entry pass. So they call the foul on Rihanna Johnson, and that will send Jasmine Williams to the line for the Lady Wildcats. 6 3-pointers in the ball game for the Lady Bears of Miles College. Checking in now for the Lady Bears, it's Charity Jenkins, the freshman from Pensacola. So Coach Wallace at this point has played everybody on his bench other than Simone Williams. So the free throw good there by the Lady Wildcats makes it 53-31. Under 20 seconds now, just about remaining here in this third quarter of play. Tyson out front. Let's see if they can get one off before the buzzer. Right corner on the move. Taylor Terry missed on the shot, got her own rebound though. Now the basketball is loose on the floor. Tie up there. Will go to the arrow, and the Lady Bears will have the basketball with 7.5 seconds remaining in the third quarter. So everything kind of falling right for the Lady Bears in this opening round ball game, as Eureka Chelsea makes it back out onto the floor. Walker with 5 to shoot. She'll put it on the floor, and they'll get her for the travel violation. Good call there by the officiating crew. With 3 seconds left, Fort Valley with a crack at it before the third quarter expires. They will need a lot of help in this final quarter that's coming up. Trailing at 53-31. The shot rejected there as Franklin tried to hoist it near the stripe as McCreer gets that block. And that brings us into the end of the third quarter. 53-31 score after the end of 3. Lady Bears leading the Lady Wildcats of Fort Valley. We'll take a break here and come back with the final quarter here on opening day of SIAC basketball, and that's live here on HBCU Game Day. Start of the fourth quarter, right into play on the half-court set. Lady Wildcats going to be going to the line, as Najla Shamsuddin going to be guilty of a foul there. Now it'll send Kaylin West back to the line for Fort Valley. Last meeting between these teams at Miles College. Miles won that one by 10, 67-57. Ball game in early January, a little bit closer at Fort Valley. And Fort Valley actually won that one 48-43 in a lower scoring contest. But right now it's a 53-31 lead for the Lady Bears. But from the free throw line, Kaylin West connects on that free throw, makes it 53-32. Waiting in the wing for the winner of this ball game, the #1 team in the East, the Lady Panthers of Clark Atlanta. Left side contact there, but no whistle. Basketball headed out of bounds, and it'll go off of Shamsuddin for the Lady Bears over to Fort Valley. Dean takes a seat, and Frantisha Tyson set to come back into the lineup. Carter across the timeline. Works it down inside the paint. Taken away by the Lady Bears. Turnover number 16 for Fort Valley. Everybody here that's on the Lady Wildcat roster has played in this ball game because they only had a total of 6 dressing out for this one. Injuries really plagued this team, the Lady Wildcats, throughout the course of the year. With 1, 2, 3, 4 of their key players injured during the course of the season and just not able to play at all. So another foul, this one called against the Lady Bears, and that will send Alicia Franklin to the line for Fort Valley to shoot here, and she's good on the first free throw. First-year head coach Locoy Willingham really with a difficult challenge at Fort Valley with those injuries during the course of the year. But anticipate that she will be back with her skills and knowledge that she's generated as a WNBA player, also coached at Tennessee State University, so has the goods to really turn that Fort Valley State University Lady Wildcat program around. And when I say turn it around, you got to really just kind of reflect back to the long years that Coach Lonnie Bartley was there and the number of wins that they had every year under him. A little bit of a lull since his retirement and where the program is now, but trying to get it back on firm footing. And one of the things they did was hiring Coach Willingham to start that turn back into that tradition so long held at Fort Valley. 8:50 left in this third period of play. It's a 53-34 lead for the Lady Bears. They stay in full court pressure as Fort Valley comes across the timeline. Left corner, Carter. Top of the key with the jump shot. That shot's off the mark by West, but a rebound down low and nicely done by Jasmine Williams at the block. I think we got a warning there, a delay of game warning, I believe, against the Lady Wildcats of Fort Valley. 8:31 left in the ball game. 53-36 left in the contest. Tyson out front. She handles for the Lady Bears. Right corner now, that's Sutton. Across the floor, McCreer. 9 to shoot. Tyson on the move, and they get her for being on the move. Travel violation there by her. Turnover number 16 for the Lady Bears. So each team with 16 turnovers now. We're at the 8:08 mark remaining. And this is Franklin with the basketball. Now Carter on the weave, had it tapped, but she'll regain. Dumps it at the post, right side, and sliding across the paint to the left is West with the lay-in. Nicely done by West to slide and make that basket left side. So West picks up her 8th point of the ball game. Right corner, Tyson. The left side, Sutton. Now it's Terry. Sutton spins the paint, lost it on the turn, and a whistle down low. Going to be a blocking foul call down low against the Lady Wildcats. It's like Franklin going to be guilty of that foul. So Franklin picks up her 2nd. And that will send Victoria Sutton to the line to shoot. Sutton with 5 points in the ball game and has missed on her first 2 free throw attempts. 2 of 7 from the floor for her. 4 assists in the ball game, 2 steals and 1 block for the sophomore guard for the Lady Bears of Miles College. Amani Walker, the junior from Riverdale, back out on the floor now for Miles. She'll replace Frantisha Tyson in the lineup. Sutton's true from the line, making a 54-38 or 55-38 lead now for the Lady Bears after she got them both. Fort Valley, 3-point shot there. Franklin finds the range from outside. Nicely done by her. 55-41 after the triple. So the Lady Wildcats trying to make a push here now with 7 minutes, 7:05 left in the ball game. Left side, Sutton just in front of the Miles bench. Terry, short jumper, partially deflected. Good block there by Williams in the paint. And here come the Lady Wildcats now, pushing left side all the way to the rack. Shots off the mark by Franklin. Fought for the rebound. It came off of the leg of Franklin and over to the Lady Bears. Fort Valley has upped that shooting percentage a bit here. Was at 19%, now they're up to 26 at 11 for 43. McCreer tries to bounce pass inside to Hollis. Hollis at the block. Back to McCreer for three. Yes. Now they say she's just inside the arc. She'll only get 2 for that one. McCreer, though, with her 14th point of the ball game, to make it a 57-41 contest. Down low, Carter, and she lost the basketball. She was looking for a foul at the block, did not get a call, and it goes back the other way. Basketball over to the Lady Bears. That will go down as a turnover, so it's the 18th of the ball game for Fort Valley, as Sutton takes a seat and Tyson back out on the floor. 6:12 remains. Carter picking up Tyson full court. This is McCreer, right side, Walker. No look pass, foul unextended to Hollis. Now back to Tyson, 10 to shoot. Now this time Hollis will take the long range jumper from outside. McCreer fighting for the rebound, but taken away by the Lady Wildcats. Now McCreer had a hand on it, and we're gonna have a foul call down on the Lady Bear end of the floor. Looks like that's gonna go against Fort Valley, and it'll be called on Kaylin West. 5:44 remains. Tyson out front. 57-41 Lady Bears with the lead. They go left corner. Terry with the jumper. Nicely done. Soft touch, but she missed on the shot. And a whistle underneath. Foul was called. I think that was on Hollis, that was, and that's Hollis's 5th, so she has fouled out of the ball game. Had 8 rebounds in the contest, 2 assists, did not score, but made a strong contribution in that category. So she departs the basketball game with 5:27 remaining in it. Franklin across the timeline for Fort Valley. Carter surveys. Back out front to West. Whistles and a push off by West. That's going to be team foul number 4 against the Wildcats, Lady Wildcats. It'll go back over to the Lady Bears. McCreer behind the arc right side. Now Tyson fires a three-pointer and drains it. Tyson had a good solid look and knocked it down for Miles College. So Tyson now with 6 points in the ball game. And we come to the media timeout with 4:53 left in the contest. Lady Bears 60, Lady Wildcats 41. Back after the break on HBCU Game Day. Back live here at Bill Harris Arena. Holly Carr, we said we would cover the sublime to the serious. Got a little bit of sublime there with some of the younger fans enjoying this SIAC women's contest. 60-41, Lady Bears with the lead. Shot in the corner, deep shot there by Franklin. Shots off the mark. McCreer clears for the Lady Bears, and they get her for the travel violation. Good pressure there by the Lady Wildcats with Carter and Franklin tying her up. 4:23 remains. Got to credit the Lady Wildcats, though they have not quit in terms of play. Basketball comes over to West, and a whistle inside. So it'll belong to the Lady Wildcats of Fort Valley in a half-court set with 4:16 remaining.
Yeah, you can credit all that fumbling there as I came right back to the booth and immediately stepped on Charles's cord to his headset.
Making your presence known, huh? Down low on the inside. Crip shot inside the paint by Moy, just fell short.
Yeah, well, I had to leave you for a little while, Charles, go and catch some of the sights around the arena. And look, it's Monday, but there's some energy in here.
Sure, sure. Saw you highlight, or speaking with some of the, or at least filming some of the younger fans here just after that timeout. Anticipate as this tournament continues to go later in the week that the numbers of people coming will certainly start to increase. And you talk about the tournament during the week, most of the play during the course of the day. And, you know, you got a fan base that is a working fan base, so you'd expect that as the tournament goes, the numbers will start to go up as well.
Yeah, people do have jobs, don't they?
Yeah, unlike what we do, you know, just go around goofing off all day.
we show up at a basketball game at 9 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, that's not normal.
Jackson fights inside the paint. Shot clock violation there. Basketball back over to Fort Valley.
And we've kind of just been at this 20-point stalemate. Once they got it to that point, it's they were able to kind of lock it in. So that was just the key run there for Miles early on in the first half and the second quarter that really has made the difference.
Yeah, Fort Valley really did themselves a disservice just from the floor, because at one point, Tony, at the beginning, mid-third quarter, they were at 19% shooting from the floor. They picked that up a bit here, but a lot of the damage already done with Miles able to stretch their lead. And it's difficult to play the catch up with a team that you're playing just does not stop playing, and the Golden Bears have not done that.
Yeah. A nice contingent of some elder Omegas over on the other side, and you have to read the language carefully because they share the colors with Miles and the Golden Bears. But yeah, some old school Omegas out there supporting here on a Monday afternoon at the SIAC tournament.
Carter with a takeaway there for the Lady Wildcats. She'll come across right side and gives it over to Franklin. She'll fire the three-pointer. Shots off the mark. Rebound inside by Williams. She was trying to get it back to Franklin, but Walker tapped it out of bounds. So a reset now for the Lady Wildcats with 2:49 remaining.
Yeah, I think if you're in Coach Moore's, Yolanda Moore's seat up in the stand, she's been scouting this game. What do you think are some of the key notes that she's written down as she gets ready for the matchup?
Well, if she's thinking about the Lady Bears of Miles College, it's going to be their shooting from the perimeter, because they've done a pretty good job there from behind the arc. In this ball game, they are 7 of 15 in three-point shooting, and probably keeping an eye on Amani Walker. Walker is perfect, 4 or 5 from behind the arc in shooting, so they've been very impressive there. But they also play fairly big on the inside, the Lady Bears do, with Taylor with great finesse in terms of her shooting on the inside.
I've been mostly, impressed with Taylor Terry. She has shown that you have to respect that jump shot, and when you close out to her, she can get it into the paint and make you pay.
They've done a good job in this basketball game. Lady Wildcats, Bears certainly have against the Lady Wildcats. Jump ball called at the block there. And we'll go back to the arrow, and the basketball will go back over to the Lady Bears of Miles College. 2:30 remains. Lady Bears getting closer to a quarterfinal matchup with the Lady Panthers. Travel violation there by Fort Valley. Turnover number 23 in the ball game for Fort Valley.
Look, I want to take you behind the scenes for a second. I want to show you how Charles Ward prepares for a broadcast. He told me, he said, this is what I need, Tolly. I need some neon green paper to create some contrast. And Charles, for every game, he already has the rosters, his notes on this super huge neon green
Super
screen.
huge, that's right.
Look, they're so mad at me at the dollar store. I bought every one they had. I said, this is for Charles. No questions.
Well, tonight's going to be a big challenge. Got 5 ball games in front of us tomorrow, so it'll be a lot more green tomorrow from Bill Harris Arena.
Yeah.
2 minutes left in the ball game now. The Lady Wildcats continuing to struggle. They'll give that back over to the Lady Bears, that trip down the floor. They're racking up the turnovers right now at 23. Set to come in, next dead ball, that'll be Simone Williams, and that will complete the repertoire for Coach Philip Wallace. Every team on his roster, every member of the roster will have played in this basketball game if she's able to get in with 1:40 left.
And that's a good feeling when everyone gets some burning and gets a part of the tournament action.
Talk about action. That's a good rejection inside there by Jasmine Williams as McCreer was floating right side. So every Lady Bear with a chance to play in the SIAC tournament in this first round ball game. Can't guarantee that that'll be the case as they go forward, but if you have an opportunity to empty your bench, it's a good time to do so.
Yeah.
And quickly. Williams coming right off the bench saying, hey, Coach, you should have had me in here a long time ago.
What's that song? Put me in, Coach. I'm ready to play.
Just dropped the three-pointer. Out front with the jumper for the Lady Wildcats. That's West. She's off the mark, but a whistle down low.
What was the name of that band? Put me in, Coach. I'm ready to play.
You would ask.
Look, when you get to be old, you know everything, but you forget it.
Sure. But you know what? In this day and age, you got Toby right over there. He's just going to look it up online. He's going to tell you in a second, right?
I think it's the same band that did Jeremiah Was a Bullfrog.
I would have to take your
John Fogerty, yeah. John Fogerty.
Okay, yeah, well.
Maybe
he is a band, right? Yeah.
Well, look, I was close.
Yeah, you had a singer.
I had to just rattle the brain a little bit.
Alexis Jones out on the floor now for the Lady Bears. And that song really has just been just a staple of all sports, really.
Yeah, it's a baseball song, but you can work it into just about anything.
Absolutely.
But it helps when you deliver. You can sing that song. The lyrics are a little bit sweeter.
Yeah, coaches start to believe it a little bit more. You're right. Williams chases down an errant free throw there by the Lady Wildcats. We're at 67 seconds left in the ball game.
Oh, that
was just kind of mugged there by Carter. Near the mid-strike.
Yeah. On 3rd and 3, she came up short on that one.
Yeah.
That was a stop in the backfield.
Tackle.
Yeah.
So Williams there coming off the bench. She's a freshman from Hampton, Georgia. Down near the Atlanta Motor Speedway.
Yeah. Did they get the race in yesterday, or was it rain? I assumed it was raining.
It was.
It was raining when I left.
I'm not sure.
I've got to find a new driver. I was a big Dale Earnhardt Jr. fan. He retired. Bubba Wallace. Bubba Wallace is my new guy.
Boy.
I have to see how Bubba does this year. He was second at Daytona. Way to go, Bubba.
Well, that's an appropriate name for a driver.
Bubba. And Bubba's a brother, too. There's not too many brothers named Bubba.
Bubba. Carter on the penetration. She's fouled. Yeah, they had that fold of honors.
Toby said Forrest Gump.
Nice analogy there.
Bubba Gump Shrimp? Yeah.
Yeah, that fold of honors race that they have is becoming quite an event each year. They're adding to it. As the Lady Wildcats have it there under the floor, turning jumper there by Franklin, all academic, but she will get that basket. Franklin has been steady for Fort Valley. 17 points in this ball game. Lady Bears have it taken away. Good defensive effort by Jasmine Williams. And a whistle as she comes into the front court. She took it away from Chelsea on the defensive end of the floor. And the two tie it up, and Chelsea commits the foul. And that'll send Williams to the line shooting here. So Williams gets that free throw. Only her 4th point of the ball game. And one more coming here for her. She misses on the 2nd of 2. Got her own rebound, tried to push it down low to Carter. She's there, shot an air ball. So no doubt about the way this one's going to come out. It's going to be the Lady Bears of Miles College pushing into the quarterfinal round. And they will meet the #1 team out of the East, the Lady Panthers of Clark Atlanta University. 5.9 seconds left in this ball game. And going to the line for the Lady Bears will be Charity Jenkins shooting here. Charity, a freshman out of Pensacola, Florida. She is the only one on that roster that has not scored, and maybe a chance here that everybody that plays for Coach Wallace in this ball game will score. Everybody has played. And Charity Jenkins at 50% from the free throw line. Chance to get into the scoring column herself. Jenkins gets into the scoring column, knocks down the free throw there, and it gets a real nice cheer from her teammates here at the sideline. She does not play very much during the course of the season. And with the win, the advantage the way that it is, teammates glad that she's out on the floor. And she goes 1 of 2 from the free throw line. So with 5.9 seconds left, the news is all good for the Lady Bears of Miles College and the Faithfuls here in Birmingham for at least one of their home teams still in the SIAC playoffs. Williams out front, she will hold it there. And that'll bring us to an end of this open round basketball game with the Lady Bears winning it 66-45 over the Lady Wildcats of Fort Valley State University. That means that the Lady Bears of Miles College advance to the quarterfinals on Wednesday at a 1 o'clock ball game against the #1 team in the East, the Lady Panthers of Clark Atlanta University. That won't be an easy challenge for Coach Philip Wallace and his Lady Bears, but they do a fine job at least getting to that ball game, and we'll see what kind of strategy he may have against the Lady Panthers. And Coach Wallace going to be generous to join us here in the post-game show. Coach Philip Wallace and his Lady Bears win it over the Lady Wildcats of Fort Valley, final 66-45. Coach, thanks for joining us in the post-game.
Thank you.
Well, congratulations on the win. What was your thought coming into this ball game? What do you think the key was going to be to beat Fort Valley? You all split during the course of the year.
Well, we couldn't take them for granted because of the number 6. The last time we played them at their place, they hadn't won a game, and we came and played their record and didn't play them, and they ended up beating us. Then in the second game, when we played them at home, we took care of the ball a little better and took them a little more seriously. Today, we know what was at stake with them having limited numbers, and after losing the game to Kentucky State with them having 7 players. So it was a learning curve for us to come out this game and try to make them play us, and we play our game.
Had the luxury of playing everybody on your bench, and I think everybody on your team scored today as well that dressed out for this ball game. Big win in terms of the numbers. Your team shot 25 of 66 from the floor, but just incredible from behind the arc, 8 of 16 from three-point range.
Well, that's something we came over here early in the week and worked on shooting the ball in this place since it's our first time playing over here this year, because normally we play 3-4 games over here during the course of the year, but that didn't happen this year. So I guess coming over here a couple of days benefited us shooting the ball.
Win this ball game in a big fashion, but a big challenge for you coming up on Wednesday in the quarterfinals. You beat the #1 team, the Lady Panthers of Clark Atlanta. Your expectation in that ball game, what's going to be the key for the Lady Bears to win that?
Not turning the ball over, playing good defense, and not giving up the second and third shots. When we played them the last time, we gave up too many offensive rebounds, gave them extra possessions, and they won the 50-50 ball. We just didn't come to play that particular day. But this is a new season. The records are 0-0, so our chance of winning just as great as theirs, so we're going to give it our best shot.
Coach, you win it today, first round activity. Congratulations on the win. We'll see you in the quarterfinals.
Thank you.
Head coach Philip Wallace, his Lady Bears with a big win in opening round play over the Lady Wildcats of Fort Valley, 66-45. Lady Bears advancing to the quarterfinal round. They will meet the Lady Panthers of Clark Atlanta. Of course, we'll have that coverage for you right here on HBCU Game Day as our continuing coverage of the tournament from Birmingham. And we got more action on the way here in men's play coming your way next. And remember now, you got to switch over as it relates to the link or the feed for the men's game coming up. In that contest, we'll have that one for you shortly. But for this ball game, it's the Lady Bears winning at 66-45 over the Lady Wildcats of Fort Valley. Congratulations to Coach Philip Wallace and his team. They advanced to quarterfinals on Wednesday. Step out for a break here, and we'll come back with more from Bill Harris Arena from the SIAC Basketball Tournament. You're watching it live on HBCU Game Day. Hey, man, good job. Thank you.